That heat and the dry forecast and all plays right into what we're about to get into. There's a special celebration actually today for America's favorite furry firefighter, Smokey the Bear, turning 80 years old. Been teaching us about fire prevention and all for 80 years.
Yeah, and joining us this morning to talk more about Smokey's impact is Amanda Scott from the USDA Forest Service. Amanda, I think everyone knows about Smokey, but not everyone knows he was actually based on a real bear cub.
That's correct. Smokey's legacy actually started back in World War II, and he was developed in 1944 with the USDA Forest Service and the Ad Council. And in the 1950s, yes, there was a real bear cub in Capitan, New Mexico, that is the living symbol of Smokey Bear.
How cool is that?
Yeah, Maggie, Amanda, I'm sorry. I think everybody sees Smokey Bear and they immediately think that they relate that to kids. But I mean, this is a message that's not just directed at kids, because a lot of older people, I mean, you know, in their late teens, 20s and on, go camping, whatever, build fires, and they don't think about the possibility of that fire getting out of control.
Absolutely, yes. Smokey's message is for everyone. It's to teach folks about wildfire prevention, making sure their campfire is out. As we always say, stir and drown your campfire. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. And Smokey's message is relevant not only with adults, but it's educating the kids as well about that message.
A lot of people on the West Coast right now dealing with severe wildfires, Amanda. The past few months, a lot of people not thinking about that message and that education. How has Smokey's campaign really helped in educating people to prevent that from happening?
Yeah, Smokey's message is so important, and it just reminds people to take that personal responsibility, to take that extra minute to make sure your campfire is out, to double check your tow chains to make sure they're not dragging, checking your local fire restrictions and local weather conditions, and not driving through tall grass or parking on tall grass when you have hot, dry conditions like that.
So we see what's happening out west, and the Forest Service, you know, they implement burn bans as well. We're under a burn ban right now. How do you determine at what point do you get to that point to tell folks, hey, you just can't build a fire?
Absolutely, yes. We work a lot with partners, and there's a lot of thought and work with scientists and other resources to determine those effects. But when we turn to look at it, it really turns back to the public and having them take that responsibility to check the conditions and take that personal responsibility, not to cause a wildfire.
And no better time to start on getting educated than today, Amanda, for our Birthday Bears Day, special day, 80 years. So what's next for his mission?
Oh, Smokey's mission is as strong today as it will be in the future. 9 out of 10 wildfires are human caused. So keeping that message going and just reminding people to be vigilant and be responsible when they're recreating outdoors.
All right, Amanda Scott with the U.S. Forest Service. Thanks for joining us this morning.